Hi. I've been trying all morning to script this video. Um, I wanted it to be like really powerful and like articulate and maybe articulate some feelings that other creators may have had. I thought it could have this potential to be really relatable to other YouTubers who are like, yeah, I feel that way too, or just other artists who are in a slump and been like, oh, fuck, like, yeah, I felt in that rut, I felt stuck, I felt uninspired too. But the more I try to script it, the more like lost and muddy and emotional I get. So I'm like having an anxiety attack right now and texting Grace, and I started to cry, and I'm crying. I'm a crier. I cry all the time. It's not that big of a deal. And I was like, well, I'm feeling really emotional right now. What would happen if I just turned on QuickTime and tried to vomit my feels? Maybe I would actually get it out, because I was just feeling, when I was doing the script, I was feeling so guarded and not even being honest with myself, and I was like just trying to craft like a really good script and not actually speak. So maybe if I just like don't care about the story arc of the script, about how it flows, about whether or not it's relatable, maybe if I just talk, it'll actually get the message out. Basically, I don't like YouTube anymore. Like, I just don't like YouTube. I look so uncute right now, so sorry about it. It's not fun for a ton of reasons. One, I'm a person who's actually probably not meant to be a public figure. Like, I'm not really meant, I don't have the tools within me to be famous or a celebrity or an influencer, because I get really overwhelmed with like input and feedback and opinions, and I start to lose myself. So there are so many of you, and I think it's cool, but I also hate it because like a lot of you have an opinion on me, and it makes me lose sight of what my opinion of me is, because I think you're also smart. And I think you're also smart. Or most of you. Some of you are douchebags. But I think a lot of you are really smart. And I feel like a lot of your opinions have value. And so if you are voicing something, I want to like take it into account. But the problem is, when there's 300,000 of you, there's a whole bunch of opinions and critiques, and there's just no way to make all of you happy, and I have a really hard time coping with that. And sometimes it gets really complicated when you have opinions about personal things, like what I should do with my body. On my second channel, I've been talking about maybe making some changes to my body, and a lot of you have opinions on whether or not that's the right choice, and I know you're just looking out for me, and I get that, but it really makes me lose agency over what I am allowed to do with my body. Also, sometimes I talk about my experience in my body, and a lot of you have opinions about how I should present that information. Some of you think being so honest is problematic, or the way that I share some of my stories. So, for example, like I've been talking a little bit about disordered eating, and I get a lot of people, not a lot of people, like proportionally not very many people, but because there are so many of you, it's still kind of a lot of people who just have an opinion about the way I talk about these things. And it's tricky because I don't want to upset anybody, and I don't want to, trigger anybody, but sometimes I feel like I can't talk about heavy stuff and stuff that matters to me, because I feel like I've been making such fluff on YouTube. And it's okay, and it's fun, but I want to talk about stuff that really matters, and sometimes I feel like I can't, because somebody out there is going to think something I say is problematic, and I'm afraid of, one, upsetting them, and two, like, being dragged. Like, can you believe Ash Hardell said this? Can you believe it? I thought they were inclusive. just lost all the respect I ever had for Ash Hardell because of this thing. I'm just trying so hard to, like, post stuff that you guys like, that I'm not even making stuff that I like. Oh, it's just a big mess. I just don't really, it's like YouTube isn't fun right now, because I can't be honest, because I'm afraid of being problematic in some way and being dragged and hurting people. I can't post fluffy shit because I hate it and I'm just tired of it and I want to post something serious. I don't know what I think of myself anymore because there's too many voices coming in every direction. I've just totally lost who I am, and it's just kind of a struggle. And, like, it's also hard because I work so hard on my videos, like, so hard. I put like 20 hours of editing into every video, and it just kills me that, I don't know, sometimes, I don't know. It just kills me because then I find myself being jealous. This is petty, but it's the truth. I find myself being jealous and frustrated because I watch other YouTubers who are just killing it, like, analytics-wise. But they clearly don't put in the same kind of effort. And I know that sounds really petty, but, like, I'm talking about people who get a ton of views by capitalizing on drama or being mean or dragging other people, or people, or, you know, like, people who have millions of followers on Musically and then, like, make YouTube channels only smiling into the camera and not actually posting thoughts, but still they have millions of followers. Anyway, so yeah, or, like, people who are just plain obnoxious. And I'm sitting here, like, pouring my soul and editing fingers into making something artistic, and I just find myself thinking, like, why? Why am I working so hard? I don't even like this, and it's not. It's not. Clearly people are more interested in these other people who are just mean, lazy, or obnoxious. So, you know, if you want to hit that notification bell, then you can make sure you see every single video I make that I spend 20 hours on. Ugh. And I feel like in order to survive on YouTube, I have to do plugs like that, and it just feels so gross. And I just, like, I don't really like YouTube anymore is what it comes down to. So I think I'm gonna take a break and find myself. I don't know how long I'll be gone, or necessarily what I'll do. I'm trying to figure out who I am, because I don't know who I am anymore. I'm trying to figure out what I want to make. So, I'm waffling on whether or not I, like, do a comment question of the day that's like, tell me what you think, because kind of don't tell me what you think, because clearly it's too much for me. So, I don't know, do whatever you want. Hopefully I come back and do whatever I want. But while I'm gone, there might be some guests who fill in, or there might not be. Don't have any expectations. I don't know. Do you relate to any of this? Okay. Sorry if I said something problematic in this video. Sorry if you lost any respect for me. I hope you didn't, because unfortunately I have conditioned myself to have my self-worth be tied to what y'all think of me, so, yeah, I just need to take a break. This is just YouTube. Why is it a big deal? Why do I even care so much? Anyway, alright, I'll see ya. Thanks for listening to me cry. Grace listens to me cry like every day. So again, I'm crying, but it's really not a big deal. I cry all the time. I'm ending this video. Okay, bye. Boo.